Anyway, well, I'm looking for a few cars. Okay, right here, BMW 7 Series. Yeah, I'm thinking of buying one because I'm spending way too much money randomly. So I'm just thinking of just buying one. Okay, not the newer ones. I'm too broke for that. Let's 7 Series 2012 or something. FO2. Yeah, this one. Why do they convert it though? Why do people convert these things? There should be a V12 BMW, but sadly there isn't any available right now. I checked it. I couldn't come across any. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Why is there no proper video about that car? Anyway, yeah. Oh wait, why did I search this? I did not search this. What the hell? Why does it keep searching itself? Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, this one. 7 FO1 or FO2. The grill is a bit outdated, but other than that, I don't really care about anything else, to be honest.
More than 20 years ago, all those interesting functions were introduced into the fourth generation of BMW 7 Series. 30 minutes preheat function with the help of auxiliary heater. It can be also considered like a remote start. The first BMW dynamic drive to reduce body roll while cornering.
What the hell?
BMW comfort access and soft close door options. And
Oh,
also
wow.
the start with push button to start the engine. The very first BMW iDrive. The first vehicle ever with a 6-speed automatic transmission. The first electromechanical parking brake with automatic stop and go function and integrated ABS. The first BMW with ventilated seats even for rear passengers. The first BMW with bike xenon headlights and high beam assistant in facelift models. And lastly, the first BMW with passive infrared night vision option, as well models. More than 20 years.
Bro, what? All of these were available in a car which is 20 years old?
Introduced into the fourth generation of
Chat,
BMW 7 Series.
what?
30 minutes preheat.
It was
function
E
with
series
help
as
of
well.
auxiliary heater. It can
That
be
was
also
so
considered
old.
like a
Oh my
remote
god.
start. The first BMW dynamic drive to reduce body roll
E was
while
E65 was
cornering.
ahead
The
of
first
its time,
BMW
in my
comfort access
opinion.
and
The
soft
interior
close
was
door
so beautiful
options.
car for
And
2001.
also the keyless start
This
with push
this car came out in 2001. I wasn't even born back then, chat.
button to start the engine. The very first BMW iDrive. The first vehicle ever with a 6-speed automatic transmission.
Wow.
The first electromechanical parking brake with
Wow,
automatic
wow.
stop and go function and integrated ABS. The first BMW with ventilated seats even for rear passengers. The first BMW with bike xenon headlights.
Wow. This car wasn't even, I wasn't even a thing when this car came out, and it's still good. What the hell? I'm looking for F series. So E is before that. So F should be really good, yeah? Just give me a proper review about the car. Holy moly, guys. Okay, this BMW sounds is V12 760 Li, but the V12 version isn't available in the country. So, I don't know, bro. Here's why the 2001 BMW 7 Series is the best luxury sedan ever.
This is a 2001.
The thing I like about Doug DeMuro is he hasn't changed his style of making videos at all ever since he has started making videos. Even if you check out his thumbnails today, you'll kind of feel like the thumbnail is from back in 2000s. The colors, the way it's shot, and overall feel of the thumbnail kind of feels like it's from back in 2000s. That's what I like about Doug. It has never changed. The style has always remained. Look at these thumbnails. Of course, yeah, these are a bit overdone. I think these are some newer ones, some other podcast or something. But look at the general review videos thumbnails. Like, bro, what? The authenticity is crazy. How do you how
This
do
is a
you
2001
how do you do that for so long without getting tired? Really impressive. Doug DeMiro,
BMW
let's go.
750iL. Back in
Damn,
2001,
bro.
this thing was the absolute king of the road with a V12 up front, tons of technology, and classic
Bro, V12. That thing never came. Maybe I'm wrong, but it didn't. Did it come to the country? I don't know. But bro, I ain't finding any in the used market. No, no luck. I think there was only one available, kind of. I think, but I don't know.
BMW styling.
I think
It
there's
is
only
also
one
my
available.
favorite luxury sedan of all time, and today I'm going to show you why. I've borrowed this 750iL from a viewer here in the San Diego area, and yes, I know I've just made a bold claim, my favorite luxury sedan of all time. So let me give you a little
Whoa.
background. This 7 Series was known as the E38 model to enthusiasts and by BMW internally, and it was sold from 1995 to 2001. The
Bro, what? Back from 90s? This guy's back from 90s. This still looks like a futuristic car. Bro, what the hell? I don't find these cars here. That's the issue here.
best versions came at the very end of the line when BMW offered an M Sport model with these cool wheels and sportier suspension that made this car a lot more athletic than rivals like the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. This particular E38 7 Series is a 750iL, which means it ditched the 282 horsepower V8 found in the base level 7.
Oh no. Why did they stop the V12?
40i for a 326 horsepower V12. Back when this car was new, the base sticker price was $93,000, which is around $135,000 in today's money. And back then, this thing was the absolute
that was a
top
lot of
dog
money.
the BMW lineup. Back when the BMW lineup was at its peak, the
$90,000 in 2001 is crazy
Z8,
money.
the original X5, the E39 M5, the E46 3 Series. Times were good at BMW when this car was brand new. More importantly,
Wow.
this car was just awesome. For one thing, there's the styling. I personally believe that this is the most beautiful four-door sedan ever made. Not this one specifically.
It looks so classy to this day, bro.
Get the V12 in the United States, but to me, it doesn't really matter all that. Not this one specifically. I actually prefer the look of the short wheelbase model. This is the long wheelbase version, which was the only way you could get the V12 in the United States. But to me, it doesn't really matter all that much.
I really love the V12. I don't know why I am not able
The
to find
general look of
any.
this car was just perfect.
I think
It
there's
was so
only
simple
one
and so
available in the
elegant
used
and so
market right
classy.
now.
It was the pinnacle
And I'm
of
sure it's
BMW
gonna
design.
be
It was
a
far
lot
better
of
than the 7 Series that replaced it. And the
really
same was true with
priced,
technology. This
really
car gave you
pricey.
everything you
You
needed,
know what I
but it
mean?
wasn't an excessive overkill of technology with an infotainment system that lets you browse Yelp while you drive down the street. And so today I'm going to show you around the 2001 E38 750iL, the top model
I think it's all inside. The car is really good from
from the
inside.
last year of the best 7 Series. And I'm going to show you
I'm not even lying. The exterior looks simply
all of its
lovely as
interesting
well.
quirks and
Crazy car, bro.
more. And for more of my thoughts on the E38, click the link below to visit autotrader.com/oversteer, where I've written a column about this car and where I've compiled a list of the best BMW models from this era currently listed for sale on AutoTrader.
Did Doug open his own
I'm going to
Website?
start the tour under the
I think he owns the Cars and Bits website now.
V12, not the little
Yep.
V8 in the 740i base model, but the V12. The V12 was, of course, much rarer than the V8. Not too many people opted for it, but the original owner of this car did. Now, there are a couple of interesting
Why didn't a lot of people buy it? If a lot of people bought it today, I would have at least had a chance of buying it.
quirks under the hood, one of which is this little warning label telling you how to change the headlights, or rather, how not to change the headlights. It shows a man with his hand on a headlight getting horribly shocked. You just feel bad for him. Another interesting engine-related item, this top-of-the-line V12's 326 horsepower is almost exactly the same figure the current 7 Series makes with its base-level turbocharged 6-cylinder. Oh, how have changed. Next up, level.
Oh, what a downgrade. What a downfall. From a V12 to a straight 6. Inline 6. 6-cylinder. Ew.
Full turbocharged 6-cylinder. Oh, how times have changed. Next up, we move around to the back, where you can see one interesting item is the car has factory parking sensors. You can see the little indentations in the bumpers to the
There was a parking sensor back in 2000s and 90s. Bro, I wasn't even born back then. What the hell?
It's impressive to see, and it still works.
Chad, this car is older than
Next
me.
up, I want
All
to
I
discuss
didn't
this car's
realizing it.
styling. Earlier I said I think it is the most beautiful four-door sedan ever made, and I really stand
Wow,
by
it looks
that. I
great
know
in
some
the
people
sun.
would say it's outdated, some people might disagree with me, but
No,
I think
not
this
at
car
all.
came from an era before the automakers were just trying too hard with all sorts of gouges and cuts and lines to make their cars look cooler and stand out. This thing was
Damn.
understated, and it was just perfect. The design was so good, it was so
Look at the
beautiful.
grill.
Thin
Look at the grill. It's not hideously big. Whoa. God damn,
headlights in
bro.
front I always thought looked good. The taillights in back, the taillight assembly, just that simple square was so good. This car meant business and performance and athletic driving without having to
A
tell
V12,
everybody. Next, we move around to the
bruh.
rear of the car and the trunk, which opens in a rather unusual manner. For one thing, there's no latch here that you can just put your fingers under and pop the trunk open.
It's just
Instead,
the
trunk
logo.
only opens in one of two ways. There's a little button in the driver's footwell you can use, or you can stick the key in. Now, when you stick the key in, the operation is rather unusual. You stick the key in, you push, and then a little motor lifts up the trunk. Take a look. It doesn't
Oh,
open the trunk. Instead, you have to do that yourself, and it is quite heavy. So it's just a motor that kind of unlatches it, and then you do all the work. But closing it is even more unusual. You close it most of the way, and then the motor does the rest. Take a look. It's kind of odd to see that.
what's that? It's like a soft close for your for your
You
trunk.
can't slam the trunk down. Instead, you kind of get it in the right place and the motor latches. Now, once you get the trunk open, there are a couple of interesting items back here. One of which is there's a diagram showing how to fit 4 golf bags in the back of your 7 Series. Now, back when this car
Illustration of 4 stored golf
came
bags.
out, and maybe still today, people would always complain, I won't get a sedan if I can't fit 4 sets of golf bags in the back. And so BMW was sensitive to that, and not only could this fit 4 sets, but they actually printed a diagram and put it inside the trunk showing you how
The
to do it.
frick.
Now, next up, another interesting item. On the sides of the trunk,
I can't even imagine how Photoshop and editing videos and images worked back then. It's mind blowing how much we have come in terms of technology. The amount of innovation we have done is freaking crazy. Now we can just remove a complete object from a image like not, it was literally not there. You can remove a flower from a ground from an image that like literally it was literally not there. I don't even imagine how hard it was to edit photos back in 2090 90s. Bro, how do you even do that? Would they draw it and print it or something? Bro, how do they do that? There's a whole toolbox in there.
dated in the United States. So BMW decided not to include the warning triangle on US model 7 Series. They figured it was expensive to include a warning triangle. Most Americans don't even really know what it is or how to use it, so they just didn't bother. So even though there's a warning triangle symbol on the outside of this thing, there's no warning triangle in there in any US 7 Series. Now, one interesting thing, instead of the warning triangle, you do have a very nice diagram of an E46 3 Series sedan. So you go to get your triangle, it isn't there, but at least you can look at an E46 3 Series sedan. You do, however, have a complete toolkit with screwdrivers and wrenches and all.
I don't know. I'm so fascinated that how these things used to even work back in 2000s and 90s. How do you print it? Was there a technology available back I mean, of course there was technology available, that's why it's printed, but I can't even think how it was all done. How was the instrument cluster designed? Was there Photoshop back then? I don't know. Maybe not. Was there good computers to operate it? I don't know. How did they print it without all the technology? I'm so fascinated by these things.
Up to greet you, but that isn't the most unusual thing. You look in there and you see this button. What is that button for? Well, you push that and it pops out the ashtray so you can go and dump your ashes once the ashtray gets full. In this car, you don't just lift out the ashtray like a plebeian. Instead, you press a button and it is delivered to you. Next up, this car.
I think back then smoking was a big thing. Now I don't think any car comes with an ashtray, to be honest. I don't even smoke, so why would I even care?
Good feature back in 2001. But it gets even better. This car has massaging feature back in 2001. This was ultimately a really high-end luxury car, but it gets better. This car also has a heated steering wheel, which would have been a really good feature back in 2001. But it gets even better. This car has massaging seats. You push this little button in the center stack and the seats actually massage you, the front ones. Now, I have to admit, I barely feel the massage. It really isn't anything special, but...
Bro, what? There was massaging seats and heated steering wheel back in 1990?
There, it's happening. This car must have been one of the very first to include.
So you're saying all of these were available back in 1990s and still some cars can't get this?
Massaging seats. Next up, back to the center console, we have to talk about the phone. Yes, the phone. This car came equipped with a car phone because that's what titans of industry who drove 750iLs had back in 2001. In order to operate the phone, you push this little eject button, and then it is sort of delivered to you, and then you can pull
it's a BMW
and use it.
phone.
And just look how old school this phone is. It blows me away. If there was ever a time when this was considered the most cutting edge phone. It's just hard to.
Oh hell no, look at the dumb phone. Okay. I think it was a really good phone back then, but look at the display, bruv.
Remember the perspective
So
of that
tiny.
era. This phone says BMW on it in several places. They didn't want you to forget who gave you your phone. I also like the fact that it says time port on it. I guess that's the model of phone. It certainly is a time port looking at this thing and remembering back to life in 2001. Now, the interesting thing about this phone is it's...
Honestly, if I owned this car, I wouldn't even sell it even if I was broke, to be honest. I don't think when I buy these cars, I don't think I'll give away any car or sell any car. I mean, I'll do giveaways, but I don't think I'll ever sell a car. Not even what's the word? I don't even know. So yeah, I don't think I'll sell any car, especially the vintage cars.
They move the dial up to close the vents. They close on the dashboard, so when they're closed, they kind of provide more of a flush look, uninterrupted by climate control vent lines, just in case you don't want any air blowing on you and you don't even want to see the climate control vents. Next up, we must talk about the grab handles, or the coat hangers on the ceiling, right on the inside of the door. These are very nice coat hanger grab handles. Not only are they trimmed in wood with little aluminum ends to the wood, but also when you pull them...
Bro, there's wood on your door grab handles.
Experience even when you're hanging your coat or grabbing them to get in the car. Now, next up, I want to talk about the solid feeling of everything
The
in this cabin.
amount of
It's
details in this 90s car is freaking mind blowing.
so solid and so firm when you push it, you really feel like you're in the best built automobile you could imagine. The steering wheel, for one, always looked to me like a true business person's steering wheel. You'd
Wow.
be gripping this thing while you're driving 150 miles an hour down the Autobahn to go fire your vice president of communications because you've
What?
been caught stealing paper clips. This was a serious steering wheel, and it feels like it. Every button on it just feels so good. But my favorite part
Wow.
is the turn signal stock. Back in these late 90s, early 2000s BMWs, the signal stock and the wiper stock just felt so solid and so thick and
Hold a BMW.
so sturdy. It was so
Do BMW drivers use turn signals? Genuine question. Do BMW
So,
drivers
I guess one of them is for items you want
actually
people to see, and
use
one of them is for items you
that
don't want people to see. I'm not really sure
turn
why there
signal?
was two different levels of privacy for the
Okay,
door
bro.
pockets, but
Okay.
they did.
Okay.
Next up, we move on to the seats. Now, the seats obviously go forward and backward, just like in any car, and they go
Bro, what? There was electronically adjustable seats in the 90s car? Bro, what am I watching? Is this actually a 90s car? Chat. So you're not telling me this is available in a 20-plus-year-old car, but you can't get this in some of the cars today?
up and down, and the headrest goes up and down,
The
which is the
freak.
mark of a true luxury car. But there's also one more switch over on the seat controls that's unlabeled. What does that do? Well, it's actually kind of interesting. It moves only the top part of the backrest forward or backward. So there's a control
Bro, what?
to move the whole backrest, and then there's one just to move the top part to get the seat that much more perfectly comfortable. And
Chat, what? Bro. I think I'm just
the
gonna buy this
2009
car.
model is about the most outdated thing you can possibly think of, but this is still the factory system, and it is very cool to check out today.
You know what? Chat, that's literally all you need as a screen in a car. You don't need a 100-inch display.
It's
Why
amazing to me
don't
there was ever a
modern day
time we
cars
thought
get
this was
this?
cutting edge technology, but I remember when this car came out new, and it was